The book of Joshua is one of the books in the Old Testament of the Bible. It is the sixth book in the Hebrew Bible and the first book of the former prophets in the Christian Old Testament. The book of Joshua provides an account of the Israelites' conquest of the Promised Land under the leadership of Joshua, who succeeded Moses. Here is a detailed explanation of the book of Joshua. Authorship and date. Traditionally, the book of Joshua is attributed to Joshua himself, the military leader of the Israelites after Moses. However, like many books of the Bible, its authorship is debated among scholars. It is believed to have been written sometime in the late 6th century BCE or early 5th century BCE, although it contains older traditions and sources. Outline of the book. The book of Joshua can be divided into several key sections. Preparation for the conquest, Joshua 1-5. Joshua takes leadership after the death of Moses. Israel prepares to cross the Jordan River and enter the Promised Land. The Israelites circumcise themselves and celebrate Passover before crossing the Jordan. Joshua has an encounter with the commander of the Lord's army. Conquest of Canaan, Joshua 6-12. The famous Battle of Jericho, where the walls of the city collapse after the Israelites march around it. Conquest of other cities and regions, including Ai and several kings defeated in battle. The Gibeonite deception, where a nearby city pretends to be from a distant land and makes a treaty with Israel. Distribution of the land, Joshua 13-21. Joshua divides the conquered land among the 12 tribes of Israel. The Levites, who are dedicated to serving in the tabernacle, are not given a specific territory but are allocated cities and pasture lands within the tribal territories. Cities of refuge and final instructions, Joshua 20-22. The appointment of cities of refuge for those who unintentionally commit manslaughter. The eastern tribes, Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, are reminded of their commitment to help their fellow Israelites in the conquest before settling in their allotted lands east of the Jordan. Joshua's farewell and death, Joshua 23-24. Joshua's farewell speeches, where he emphasizes the importance of obeying God's commands. The renewal of the covenant at Shechem. Joshua's death and burial. Key themes and messages. Faith and obedience. The book of Joshua emphasizes the importance of faith in God and obedience to his commands. The Israelites' success in conquering the Promised Land is closely tied to their adherence to God's instructions. God's promises fulfilled. The book underscores how God fulfilled his promise to give the land of Canaan to the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The conquest serves as a fulfillment of God's covenant with the Israelites. Leadership and succession. The transition of leadership from Moses to Joshua is a significant theme. Joshua's leadership is marked by his faith, courage, and reliance on God, which enable the Israelites to achieve their goals. Land distribution. A major portion of the book is devoted to the allocation of land to the 12 tribes. This emphasizes the idea of each tribe having its own inheritance in the Promised Land. Covenant renewal. The book ends with a covenant renewal ceremony at Shechem, emphasizing the importance of faithfulness to God's covenant. Moral and religious lessons. The book of Joshua contains moral and religious lessons, such as the consequences of disobedience, the importance of consecration, and the role of faith in achieving victory. The book of Joshua is an essential text in both Jewish and Christian traditions, and it plays a foundational role in understanding the history and theology of the Old Testament. It serves as a historical account of the conquest of Canaan and also provides spiritual and moral lessons for believers.